Fuck you mean you don't know DJ Marquis? You better preach it.
You may disagree, but up to me, it's a fact. You're paying running backs, it ain't no fun in that. Yeah, the sermon about to start, so I hope you know your stats. And if Kev get it wrong, then Rashad gon' have his back with the facts. Matter of fact, all we do is say wins. When wings, congregation say amen. Trades, debates, wins, losses, the latest news, but Prophet Kev speak, he got him saying hallelujah.
Welcome to Preach Kev, Preach with Rashad. We are the prophets. In an episode, another sermon coming at you from Wild Card Sports. Here on Wild Card TV, Rashad, my brother, what's going on?
Shoot, man, just another day, man. I can't hard you last week. I was out of commission, boy.
A question I had last week, I was like, man, I hope Rashad come back. He's still wise. He's still wise amongst us, man. So how's it been?
Shoot, man, it's just gotta take your antibiotics and that pain medication, boy. Down bad. Wasn't doing no talking, boy.
Hey, it's good to see you though, man. We first off, if you haven't already, make sure you're on YouTube watching us on Wildcard TV. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, Preach Kev, Preach with Rashad, on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and so on. Man, let's get into it. The damn All-Star reserves came out. We already know who the All-Star starters is. All-Star reserves, I'm just going to name off the West real quick. Chris Paul George, Damian Lillard, Rudy Gobert, and Donovan Mitchell from the Jazz, Zion Williamson, and Anthony Davis. And on the East side, you got James Harden, Julius Randle, Tatum, Brown, Zach LaVine, and Ben Simmons, and, of course, Vucevic from the Orlando Magic. So that is a reserve. So I guess the first question to ask you, did they get it right?
That's always going to be a bias-based thing, opinion-based thing. As far as what's right and what's wrong, because you look at, like, the Suns, like, Devin Booker has the better numbers, but we know they've been bottom of the barrel for a long time. Chris Paul comes over, now you top 4, top 5 in the West. You kind of got to, especially after what he did with OKC last year, so you kind of got to respect and nod to CP3. Outside of LeBron, he's the only dude that's been around this long still killing the game, because KD and those guys came after them. Melo's still doing his thing, but LeBron and CP3 still putting up winning numbers, making teams successful in a starting capacity in a major way. So you can make the argument, well, a son made it. That's all I care about. And Chris Paul is the one that's got them in, top of the West, top 4, top 5 in the West. So I wouldn't argue against Chris Paul making it, but that'll probably be a little bit of a debate. The Zion pick, I can't say I'm against it, but yeah. I was leaning more DeMar, or if you were going to give me a Pelican, give me Brandon Ingram, who has the same numbers he had last year when he made it. So that's just kind of where I'm at with it. I was leaning DeMar 20 points, 5 and 7. But if they felt the Pelicans as bad as they've been, deserve an All-Star, I'd have took Ingram. But Zion's kind of like that next guy. They want to make it to the star, so you got to get him in the All-Star game at some point.
Yeah. And then for me on the East side, James Harden, who I think should have been a starter, but another conversation, another day. Celtics both there too. Yes, definitely. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown been balling out. Zach LaVine, you can't deny him at all. And then I guess the last three is where you want to where you could start a debate. But I think Julius Randle, what he's done for the Knicks,
he had to make it.
He had to make it. 23, 11, and 6 right now. He's balling out. He had to make it. And for people who not understanding about Vucevic, I don't understand the flack against him. And Magic having a down season right now, but they're missing 2 or 3 starters. 3 starters out for I think.
They're missing a lot of people.
For the seasons. Isaac.
Because Isaac, Gordon's been in and out. Cole Anthony's hurt right now. Fultz and Bamba really been inconsistent.
Right.
And,
so
I think Fournier missed a couple of games too. So they just been hurt. it's all star. Like it's based upon your individual performance. Like you really,
Exactly.
yeah, you want to reward winning stuff like that because you got some people saying Mike Conley should be on there, and he may still get a nod, as a reserve. But you want to reward winning, but at the same time, you really can't. You can't really use that all the time because that's how you end up with 4 Atlanta Hawks as all stars
exactly.
trying to reward winning. So I value rewarding winning, like if as a tiebreaker, but your individual stuff should be the major component. Like in the East, I'm surprised I had Middleton making it. Basically the same numbers last year, another 50, 40, 90 pace, but he's not on there. You can say Trae Young, basically same numbers as last year. He didn't make it this year. Then you have I thought this guy should have made it for sure because he basically has the same numbers as Randall, and they're playing 500 ball, and that's Sabonis. I thought Sabonis should have been on there.
Sabonis should have been a shoe-in.
I mean, 21, 11, and I think 5 on the assist side. Basically same numbers as Randall, better team record. That's the time you can reward the winning or use it as a tiebreaker. That's not saying take Randall off. They're just saying put Sabonis on there.
Yeah. I mean, Sabonis is probably my biggest takeaway, but it's like at the same time, it's like who you gonna take off. So like if you're gonna use the Randall versus Sabonis debate, and you're gonna use winning, okay, I get that. But the Vucevic to me, 24 and 12 and 4. I mean, and like you said, with all the injuries they had, you can't deny that. And then Ben Simmons. I know a lot of people don't want to say he's not an all-star, but
it's a two-way player,
man. And the thing is, if Rudy Gobert is on here, why can't Ben Simmons be on here? First off, and then second thing is, the coaches vote for this. They know who a problem is. And when you think about the Suns, when you talk about Devin Booker being in the debate, they know it's Chris Paul. Like they know it's Chris Paul.
And we know it's Chris Paul. You know the vet always gets I won't say always gets the nod because it's not like favoritism, but when you can see this guy went over there. Oh, they became good. Oh, he goes over there. They became good. He goes over there. They're good. Oh, he goes over here. They good.
Yeah.
You kind of know who's the common denominator when it's the same guy moving. Because, I mean, I think people were trying to finish him a couple of years ago for real, like saying he was out, he's washed, contract is terrible, all that kind of stuff. But now he's, 18 and 7, 18 and 8. So, yeah, it's not the most exciting style of play. Their Booker's numbers down. The pace is, I think, 29th, 20th in the league, something like that. But it's winning. That's the whole goal, to win.
Right. I mean, when you look at it, so all right, so at the top of the list in the West, Jazz get 2 players, right? That's 2. So you only get 12 spots in the West. Clippers, number second seed, 2. Lakers, for now, 2. There's no way you can do 2 for some. You can't do 8 players on 4 teams. You can't do that. In my opinion, you can't because you only got what? You only got 4 spots left for everybody else. That don't make sense. And
the starters already been decided, so it's limited spots based off of that too.
Right. So yeah. So you can't. And you mentioned a good point earlier too about DeRozan. So I mean, I guess we can talk about this right now. Who replaces Anthony Davis? So all right. So now that if you taking off one from the Lakers, all right, is it worth adding that one more Sun now as a top 4 seed, or do you add a team who nobody really gave a shot to be with it? Like most of the records in the NBA are pretty much 500, but the Spurs are clearly above, they are clearly above 500, 16 and 11, I think. I think they're the 6th seed or 5th seed in the West.
Yeah, they're 6 right now. And
it's DeRozan and a bunch of guys because LaMarcus Aldridge is terrible.
He's done.
He's done.
He's done.
That's so the whole signing of LaMarcus Aldridge was done. That's right now. It looks hindsight wise, it looks terrible. A terrible signing. I
don't think so. I mean now
just
because you can't judge off one. You got to be the whole time frame. I mean, for the most part, it worked. That's the first time they ever got an agent to come down there.
That's true. I get it.
And then the plan was supposed to be him and Kawhi still want to, but he left Portland because he didn't want to be the 2 to Dame. You go down here, Kawhi emerged, and then right under your feet, the game changed with the 3 ball. You more of a mid-range guy, so your game kind of aged out. And now you aging out
because you're
on your own.
right,
So
right. Yeah.
It play how it play.
But with Keldon Johnson and Lonnie Walker and Jonte Murray, Derek White, like it's not a team that should be like it's not when you name them the guys, like that's not like, all right, they're not gonna win they're not gonna go far, or if they're gonna be struggling, they're gonna be 13-13 instead of 16-11. Like I feel like they should have been 500 or below coming into the season. That's why I thought it was gonna be, if they make it, they would have been like a 9 or 10 seed making it to the playoffs. Yeah. But the way DeRozan's playing, he got a high win share in 3.5, so he's adding a lot of value to the team. And like you said, 25-7. I believe he's leading the team in assists. He's been a problem like in that rebound assist category for a long time. Like it's crazy because it's like
the versatility, man.
Like all right. So before anybody kidding when I say this, like it's steps to stuff. Like the guy, this is what you want to try to be, but you're probably on this level. And when you talk about DeRozan, like his scoring kind of came down now, but when he was in his prime, like you're talking about like he's the Walmart brand of the Kobe's and Jordans. Like he gonna get you 5 and 5, and he gonna give you 25 points. Like that's the he is not the superstar level that those two guys were. So for anybody kill me, I'm not saying that he's Jordan and Kobe, but I'm saying that he's the same type of player like them, as far as like he gonna get you the rebounds and assists. And for everybody say Kobe and Jordan don't pass the ball, they still average 5 assists for a career. So, and DeRozan doing the same thing right here with Spurs. So
yeah, in a number sense.
But on
that
was it.
Yeah, two ways. Yeah, he's not a elite two-way player on both ends.
But that's why he's the Walmart, the great value brand. If you can't get a superstar, you can get a DeRozan. Maybe.
Yeah, he's solid.
So I think so it's like you got Devin Booker and DeRozan, and then you mentioned earlier Ingram from the Pelicans. So I don't know if Pelicans, if you say to me, oh, Pelicans got 2 All-Stars, I don't know if I'm okay with that. So it's like, if that's the case, is it going to be Devin Booker or DeRozan, or you think Ingram really got a shot?
It depends how they go about it, because Davis made it as a forward. So do they say we're going to replace with a forward?
Well, DeRozan played a forward this year, surprisingly.
Yeah, so
technically.
I'm not sure how they go about replacing that. Do they say, all right, you're going to make it we're going to replace a forward with a forward? Or do they just say we're going to take the next person with the most amount of votes by whoever, by the panel, pretty much?
Yeah,
so that's up for debate. I don't know who they're going to lean towards that, because the cutoff margin right there is so slim. You could really throw out 5 or 6 names.
Picking,
Yeah, because if you throw out Booker, you throw out DeRozan, Brandon Ingram, that's 3. If you say you're gonna reward winning, you throw out Conley.
I like only individually. I like Sha.
You throw him, that's 5 people. So and then that bat can go even deeper,
right?
Based on the numbers.
You can start nitpicking after that. Yeah. So we'll see who replaces Anthony Davis. I think D Book, DeRozan, and Ingram all has a shot to make it. It is what it is. I mean, I feel like all 3 are deserving to be an All-Star, like just in like the first vote. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody's like playing great basketball right now, so you can't really be too mad at getting a quote unquote snub. Like it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's every year. It comes, sometimes it's on your side, sometimes it's not. It comes and it goes every year.
I would say the East has probably more people than the West as far as like deserving of a spot. Because like when you talk about, so let's say if the debate is random,
I don't know. I think it's about the same. I think you get a solid 10. You can debate probably 2 spots, and then you probably have like 3 or 4 more you can say I thought could have, but you can rationalize why they did. I think it's the same way on both sides.
Well, I mean, from the West, outside of those 3 guys and Sha, and I guess if you want to add Mike Conley, I mean, I'm not adding Mike Conley, but if you want to add,
he's only on them because of team situation,
right?
Like numbers wise,
I feel like that's a see, Mike Conley more of a Hawk thing. That's a Hawk thing right there, right?
Yeah.
And the guys I did write down are the best players on their team. So so Sabonis and Brogdon, like I feel like one of them probably should have made it.
If anyone made it, would have been Sabonis.
Right. I mean, like I said, all these guys, to my opinion, are deserving to be an All-Star. It wasn't enough. Like I think Jeremy Grant. I mean, he had his team sorry, but I mean, he's like signed there and he's a problem. You already mentioned Middleton probably could have been one. Bam could have been one.
I don't think Grant would have made it.
Well, no, I mean, he got the numbers to make an All-Star. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so. I
20,
mean,
24
23
and 5
points.
and 3?
Nah.
I don't know, man. 89% from free throw as a power forward.
Nah.
He's the only one. He's the only scorer they got. That's what I'm saying.
No,
that's what I'm saying. He got
Tobias would have made it over him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Tobias would have been a good one. Bam would have been a good one.
Sabonis.
I feel like
that's three already.
I feel like the Raptors probably should have still had somebody like at least in the name.
Siakam was better than Jeremy Grant. It's more versatile.
Yeah, Siakam had a good season so far. I mean, he averaging 21, 8 and 5. I mean, like it's like I said, if you average 25, 8 and 5, you're probably in there. But it is what it is. Gordon Hayward on the Hornets. I mean, he balled out for a good while, but I mean, he fell off a little bit. But he's had a great season. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like guys, there's a lot of guys who had great seasons that you're not gonna think about.
Like, Hayward's season is mainly just because of everybody's been down on him the last couple of years. Opportunity. So now you go back to being a one option. You get up 21 and 5. Right. So
try to cheat the system a little bit.
So numbers wise, not overwhelming. Just his story of now he's kind of redeeming himself from basically just stealing money from Boston because he didn't play that well at all while he was there.
While we on the All-Star reserves, let's look at the number one guy that Shams tweeted for the East, James Harden, 25, 7, and 11. He's a starter. We both probably can agree.
Like I thought he was gonna make him a starter because at the time Kyrie was AWOL, but I mean you really can't argue with Kyrie. I
don't know.
27. 50, 40, 90, and so forth. So, I mean, you can argue it, but I thought James would have been the guy. Him and Beal,
Harden,
but even then, some people still mad about the Houston stuff. Some people think Brown because of two-way consistency and the leap he took, he could have been there. So
James Harden.
I mean, that second spot outside of Beal could have been up for anybody.
James Harden leading the league in assists and putting up 25. I don't think anybody. I don't think. A lot of these reserve guys don't have the ability to lead the league in assists and still put up the scoring numbers. Because like you look at Devin Booker, who's known for scoring, right? He's not even top 15 at that though.
No, that's all you're gonna do. Even when he had the ball all the time, he's only gonna get you
right, and that's the point.
7 assists, 8.
Right, that was saying. And that's the point. Like he's supposed to be a scorer. He's only and Harden is passing more and still scoring more. Like that's. When you look at that kind of knock, but James Harden, the Nets, just to talk about them real quick. Kyrie, you mentioned earlier, and Kevin Durant, who's been in and out of the lineup. These boys are balling. I think they're neck and neck with the Sixers at the 1 seed. I mean, it's pretty much whoever played a game before the other is the 1 seed probably right now.
It's like half a game. Yeah.
So man, Are we ready to lock in this? Lock in this Nets win the division. Nets 1 seed. Nets to the finals. Are we ready to lock all these future bets in for the Brooklyn Nets?
They should. I mean, they trying to make a couple of moves on the roster. Then by the time they get a buyout, no Boogie Cousins, he ain't gonna help.
Hey, come on, man.
That don't solve your defense. No, they don't solve a defense or a rebounding. So
it's a body.
No, they need to wait on something else. But just based upon the amount of people they have, they can weather the storm with injuries because they just got 3 of the best players.
Too much talent. So, it's too much talent. Yeah. Too much scoring.
So if Embiid or Ben rest one night, that team might lose.
Yeah. So yeah,
because Ben can get you 40 and the team still lose. I mean, so if one of them out, Sixers could get rocky. Then you look at like the advanced metrics. Some of the advanced metrics say Philly is kind of mediocre, so they could regress back to mean at some point. Yeah. While Brooklyn could make a couple moves because it's Brooklyn, and they winning, and they could surge. So if I was making a bet, I'll bet on Brooklyn.
I'm about to say it's not, and it's not even that like they can surge. Like they have nowhere but to go but up as far as defensively. Like you already the number one offensive team in the league, and all you can go is but up on defense because they was like I think them and the Kings
almost
was the worst teams in defense. So yeah, and the Wizards. So if you just be number 20, you're probably like I mean you told me one time you was like, oh yeah, they're gonna lose here and there. But it's hard to outscore them 4 games in a row to win. Like, you're right, and you're right.
Like when it comes to the playoffs, you're gonna see the same team potentially 7 times.
It's hard.
There's no team out there that can get 125, 130 on them every time, 4 times in 2 weeks,
or even outscore them. Yeah,
or even if in the playoff, you know how as the games get tougher or go on, the matchups are kind of tighten up. You kind of learn people's tendencies and all that kind of stuff. Even once you lock in on that, they team so good they can still beat you 108 to 95 or something. Once you kind of knock down the score out the 130s, 140s, so it's just hard to beat somebody like that 4 times in a 2-week time span. It's just too difficult. Yeah.
Another tandem that made it as an All-Star, Tatum and Brown. Celtics were struggling couple games, and they're fighting that 500 line. I said last week that Tatum and Brown, as a defense statement, that they probably will never make a championship together as the two dogs. And whether that's a far-fetched statement or not, still those two individually balling, right? So I said they'll probably be more T-Mac Vince Carter than they would be Jordan and Pippen as far as like winning comes to it. So
yeah, but it won't be their fault though. That'll be management fault because they never went for it.
Yeah, I mean because like you went from Isaiah Thomas to Kyrie to Kemba. You didn't really solve anything defensively. You can still score the basketball at the point guard position, but Kemba, he's come down. You lose Gordon Hayward, which, if he ever had stayed healthy, you would have been a problem. And you still haven't solved the rebounding issue. So Tristan Thompson 6'8", Daniel Ty is 6'8". Like they all small. Tatum the same height as them. Like if you're not going to fix that, you're not like they're not. It's their Ainge's fault right now. So yeah, and like you said earlier, it's not going to be on them, but because they're going to ball. I mean, both of them
like
26
the crazy
right now.
thing about them is they draft better than they pick free agents because you pay Hayward basically for nothing. You paying Kemba, and now it's going to be for nothing, low key, because everybody's body gonna break down at some point, and
he been carrying too long. I'm back.
The second he get to a decent little situation, knees and back breaking down. So
that back,
so now
carrying a franchise.
You can't make any moves because who gonna want that money?
Nobody.
Who?
No. And that's the point. Like we all talk bad about Kemba right now as we want to, but for what he had to endure for a whole career. Putting a team,
man. That's almost a decade.
And then now look at Charlotte, drafting LaMelo, signing Terry, Graham, and Murray. Like you got 3 people for one, and you way better than what you were. So that's how it works. Like that's always how it goes down. As soon as you leave the team that you've been putting on your back, now they start to win. Like that's demoralizing. Like as far as mental wise, like they'll be looking at like now you do something. That's crazy.
It's the nature of the game, man.
Yeah, so we'll see about Boston.
Cold game.
I'm trying to see if anything else I want to talk about in All-Star reserves. I mean, what's crazy? A team that nobody's talking about, but they're gonna be there is the Clippers. Like Paul George is having a quiet, great season, 24-6-6, like 89% from free throw line. Like he balled, like he's balling and he's All-Star reserve, and nobody questioned that. Nobody's questioning Kawhi. Nobody's questioning Paul. And Paul George missed what? He missed ball at least 8.
Yeah, both of them been resting. But I mean,
I think George had a foot injury for a minute too.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
So. If you're looking at it based upon, I mean, I was gonna say all encompassing of like metrics of the numbers, impact on the court, what he's doing, all that kind of stuff. This is probably his 3rd best career year. Like the year in OKC, he was top 3 for MVP. That was his best career year. And then I would probably say that second year in Indiana, they made the back-to-back East Final. That was probably his 2nd best career year before he got injured with the broken leg. So this is probably his 3rd third best career year with everything all in encompassing. But anybody gonna talk about him because of the playoffs. So until you rectify that, nobody talking
about you. And last thing before we get out of here, I want to shout out to the defensive superstars. Make sure everybody know I'm saying that right. Rudy Gobert and Ben Simmons. For anybody don't know, Rudy Gobert is top 3 in rebounds, blocks, and field goal percentage. So top 3. So that says it all right here for them. And he has
go ahead and lock in your bet. He gonna win the award again. Defensive player of the year.
Yeah, and then for the like win share, like who had the most impact toward their team in a one single number, out of all the reserves is Rudy Gobert. So, Rudy Gobert he tied with Damian Lillard. So and Jaylen Harden. So those 3, that's the 3 reserves that have the highest winning share. So it makes a lot of sense why he's where he's at. 14 and 14. Could you ask for 2 or 3 more points? But who cares?
You would like it to be 18
to
14 with a little mid-range jumper, but it's not. So
who cares?
I say go get Boogie to space the floor a little bit, but that's a defensive liability. But just in case you get into a matchup where you need to trade some offense, at least you'll have Boogie to shoot the 3 and some mid-range. But I don't think Boogie.
That's not a bad move there. I like the Boogie to Utah.
I don't think he'll do it. I think
wouldn't do it.
Like Boston may go. I think Boston.
That's the wrong move for Boston. That's the wrong move. Yeah. But the Utah. I
think they'll do it, or at least maybe Denver because the Mike Malone connection.
Yeah, the Utah. That's yeah. Jokic can't stay at the center. Yeah, that's one too. So I like the Utah Boogie. I like that one. That's on the radar because nobody likes to go to Utah. So if he doesn't go, it's because he don't know nobody there in Utah.
He know they number 1 in the West. Yeah. You trying to go chase a title and at least get one more year out of your career before they really write you off. So
yeah, I think
why not?
I think that's a great segue to the next topic. When you talking about somebody who wasted his career, and I guess the next question is, do we waste Karl-Anthony Towns' career? Minnesota Timberwolves fired their coach Ryan Saunders, the son of the late great Flip Saunders. So they fired him, and then I thought it was hilarious to me that they hired somebody already. Like when I saw the news of the firing, then I saw that they was hiring somebody, and I don't know, maybe I didn't get to the phone right away to see the firing and then space between time and then the hiring, but when I saw it, both happened on my phone. So I'm just going to assume that they already had both. They already had told Chris, "Hey, we about to fire him after this weekend. Just going and ready to come over here because you're not going to be down there in Toronto anymore." But Chris Finch, I just want to run where he's been so far. He was on the Rockets team. He helped mentor James Harden when he first got to Houston. He helped Jokic when he came in second and most improved behind Giannis that year. Then he was in with the Pelicans with Anthony Davis, 2017 to 2018. That was the year that they swept the Blazers. That was the year that he went from 26 offensive scoring, I think, to top 10, and then number 10, then paced to number 1. And then he also was on the Pelicans the last year, and I think last 2 or 3 years, and then most improved player with Brandon Ingram. And then this year was in Toronto, and then you saw the emergence of Chris Bouchard. So obviously, James Harden, Jokic, and AD. Hands down, top 10 players that he's helped along the way, and then helping Brandon Ingram along the way as well, and then Chris Bouchard, who right now is a role player, but he's balling too. Like he's balling this year. If you go look at Chris Bouchard's stats for the Raptors, replacing Ibaka, replacing Marc Gasol as the big man, he is balling himself. So, I guess with that pedigree, with having those stars in balance, does he help Anthony Edwards? Does he help Malik Beasley and D'Angelo Russell and Karl-Anthony Towns especially? Because at some point, man, when is this tide going to change? Like they had one guy with Kevin Garnett. Yeah, you had the Spreewells and the Zerviaks and the Marburys come in and out. Then you have Kevin Love and one-man show with Rubio, and then now you got Karl-Anthony Towns, another one-man show. Like so obviously KG and K-Love both left. They both left and got championships. So it's like the path for the Minnesota big men is to leave and go win a championship. So can Chris Finch save this?
I don't think so. It's just one of those things, man. Location wise, nobody is going to Minnesota.
No.
Like, I mean, outside of Mall of America,
It's
unless
nice.
you just want to be, in the cold, man, nobody's really going to Minnesota. So they stuck what they got.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, all right. So if you want to look at the way he's done, so Anthony Davis and Jokic, two big men. So can Cat be that? Of course, like Cat had all the tools to do that. So helping that's probably not bad. Then you got James Harden. It's like I feel like he got Anthony Edwards and D'Lo. Can he make one of them close? Like, not close to what James Harden is now, but it's like can you have that type of dynamic duo from a guard spot and maybe combined effort to be James Harden, and then you helped Boucher. So can I think a Jared Vanderbilt from Kentucky, can he be that guy? Or you got Justin Patton. I think he's on the Timberwolves too, but can he be that guy? Like you got. I mean,
you never know.
You never know, right? It's all
work
about
ethic too.
Yeah, it's all about reaching because like I guess hindsight, he's like, oh, he helped those guys, but it's like it's James Harden, it's Jokic, it's Davis, and you never know like what their work ethic plus what they've been through plus coaches are along the way. So
I mean, it's luck too. I mean, people get hurt.
Yeah.
People get hurt. Some people don't have it up top, don't have it inside. So I mean, it's just it's the luck of the draw and stuff like that, man. Either you got it or you don't. You can't make somebody have it. They don't have it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna reserve judgment for Chris Finch because not only like the guys that he had coached, but who he was with, like Alvin Gentry. He was with Malone in Denver. He was with Nick Nurse, like in Toronto. Like so, obviously, and they all had him as their associate head coach, which is like the assistant part. So they all had him as the number one coach on their staff. Like, so it's kind of like, all right, so he must be the guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he must have enough in his bag to be like, all right, I'm the guy. So he's supposed to be an offensive guru. So we're gonna see. You can't really rate him this year. I mean, let him get an off season. So we'll see next year. It's more of a next year thing. So we'll see. Who's to say Cat don't be like, I want out. Like and that'll ruin everything. But he took the job. But
hey, you might need a fresh start, man. Been a couple, when you go somewhere for a while and a lot of bad stuff started happening, like the stuff with his family. Yeah. And then it got him.
New city.
New
city. Yeah.
You might need a fresh start because it happened to Rubio. He got out and kind of turned it around. So sometimes you just need a fresh start. I know his homie there, like Russel there, his homie.
And they ain't played together like that yet.
Like he asked for his homie to come. His homie came, but
D'Lo hurt.
Yeah. So I mean, you would hate to ask your homie to come and then ditch your homie. You would hate for that to happen, but it happens.
That's bad. That's bad to do, but you gotta do it.
Like, dang, my dog, you set me up for the okie doke. You told me to slide, I slide, and then now you bounce on me. Like that'll be messed up.
Yeah. That's we'll see how loyal Cat be, but the trend is if you're a big man and you leave Minnesota, a championship is coming your way. So I don't know. Can he be the first one to do it? Because if he would win Minnesota. I know it's a far fetched to look at it, but if he ever win one in Minnesota, like KG and K Love, like he
at least win the division first.
Yeah, he got a long way to go. Who in that division? Was it New Orleans? Oh, he's in Southwest, right?
Yeah.
Or he's in one Utah.
That's with Denver, Utah.
Okay, so
and OKC.
Okay, so that's not. Yeah, Utah and Denver, they're too good.
Yeah, Denver and you're not getting past Denver and Utah. Not what they have.
That's too good. All right, man. Let's head into football talk. So let's start with Carson Wentz to the Colts, man. This trade happened over the weekend. We pretty much said Carson Wentz to the Colts all the way the whole time because one, I don't care what nobody say. I go to the grave with saying this. Frank Wright was a reason for the Super Bowl in Philly. I don't care. I mean, whether it's a true statement or not, but he was part of it, and he left. What happened? What happened to Carson Wentz when he left? So Carson Wentz, going back to the guy where he was most successful with, it was rumors that him and Peterson didn't even talk. Like, how does the head coach and the quarterback don't talk. So first start for Carson Wentz. First start for the Eagles as they got Jalen Hurts as their starter. Frank Wright got his guy now. Don't have the Phillip Rivers, so he got an O-line. He got a great running game behind him. All coach have to do is get the weapons.
Almost no excuse.
Yeah, that's good.
Almost
no excuse.
People get hurt, man. That really been the main thing. He been hurt. He got hurt.
I think he be fine.
When they won, he was hurt. You got hurt again because that's when
Klein slammed the head in the ground. Talking about that year?
No, he been hurt every time.
Yeah.
Like you got hurt when they won the title. You got hurt
the
next year in the playoff because they played Bears, and you was hurt again with
against Seattle
with Clowney.
But he
then this time you just got you just got benched. So I mean,
but he did will that team to the playoffs against Clowney before he got knocked out, and they probably could have won the game if he stayed healthy. So I mean that's a what if, always a what if story.
Yeah.
But this Colts team looking ahead, I mean the defense.
Man played one series. He one for four.
The defense is stout though. Buckner, Darius Leonard, to name a few guys on that defense. Malik Hooker, and I mean, you was all in on the Colts last year with Phillip Rivers. So, I guess one, do you think Carson Wentz can at least beat Phillip Rivers, like as far as what he done?
Yeah, they shouldn't regress. I mean, barring you don't have a backup now, so barring injury. They should still be.
Jacoby gone? I thought he had a 2-year deal.
No, his deal expires. His deal expires. Yeah,
but he got Jacob Eason, boy. You better.
But you gotta
respect.
But you gotta hope. You gotta hope you're ready. I mean, I thought at the time he would be a solid project player, but not right now. I don't think
Jacob Eason
throw him out there and he'll thrive.
Jacob Eason, the one that went to Washington,
from Washington.
Yeah, so Georgia didn't went to Washington. Yeah, so that one got the arm strength. Like I like him better than Fromm. So
yeah, if anything, man, they should stay in double-digit territory, compete for the division with Titans.
I think
that's your bar. You get that, you're good. You give it some more time. He under contract for a couple of years, so you give that some time. Yeah, you making achieve a little bit more, but just off the bare minimum, just compete for the title. I mean, division title anyway, and see what kind of strides you can make over the next couple of years. But he will not have his number. Well, that's Pittman number.
Hey, my boy Pittman said nah.
I like it too.
You ain't earned it. You ain't earned 11, bro. You ain't earned 11.
You gotta throw a major bag to be like, all right, I'm gonna get a number.
But not even that. Like for example, like Chris Godwin, number 12 in Tampa. Tom Brady come. Oh, you earned that. Just give me a little check. That's fine. Like what?
But he wouldn't even tripping. Like he was gonna let him keep it. And I think number 8. I think it was 8 or 10. Like he was gonna let him keep it, but he said, "Nah, you can have it."
Yeah. So, but it's like, all right, Tom Brady. That's fine. I can live with that. I can live with Aaron Rodgers coming to my team. Hey, let me get that 12, bro. All right, I give you $1 million. All right, yeah. Fuck, you got the number. But what has Carson Wentz done the last whatever to earn that? Oh, I'm number 11. Fresh start, man. Go ahead and do fresh start. Go ahead and be number 4 or something. I don't know. Whatever number you want to be. Just don't be number 12 because you're not Andrew Luck.
But everybody be superstitious about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like because you probably didn't had that for
I think you went in college.
4 or 5 years. Pro, college, probably high school too. So, and you just never know what that stuff means to people. So, I can see why he tripping, but you don't have any clout to trip.
I'm about to say Pittman. All right, be careful, boy. He might have threw you the ball, or he throw you the ball across the middle.
Hey, and that'll be hurting himself.
They're hurting us. Well, yeah, but hey, you take him out. You're right, though. But if Colts don't have no weapons, he gonna need Pittman at the end of the day.
He'll be hurting himself.
Yeah. So this does if Carson Wentz we'll get into all this later on, but as of right now, before any offseason stuff happened, if you had did a ranking for Carson Wentz, or you put him in your top 20?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know. That's all. All right. So we'll see. If he's a top 20 quarterback, they're probably in the playoffs. To be honest with you, I mean,
Yeah, top. Yeah,
because you gonna be
to say not top 20 is starting to get disrespectful.
Because you're already better than Texas.
Like
I
I understand, certain stuff has happened,
right?
But at the same time, man, to not say top 20, that's
people saying it, bro. People saying it. That's all. I'm just saying what the people say. Just saying. Moving on to other QB news though. Russell Wilson, DeShaun Watson. All right? So the Russell Wilson, do you believe that's to be true? Like the rumors that he wanted to get traded, or that they listened to trades? Because it said what 1/3.
Yeah.
So 1/3 of the teams in the NFL had reached out to him. And
I mean, you'll be dumb not to.
You'd be dumb not to. So it should be 3 out of 3. It should be the whole league. But
no, not the whole.
Outside of Mahomes, outside of Packers. I mean, it's like 5-6 teams. Like you probably should at least call. It's like
no one third makes sense.
At least call, but you got to at least call. Even if you, I mean, yeah, okay, probably so, but whatever.
Because why call if you can't actually go? If you don't actually have the merit to go do it, why call?
If you don't have,
why waste your time with this?
If you don't have, well, you still got to see like.
So when you eliminate that, and then you eliminate who already has their guy, which is another 10 to 12 teams, that's 2/3.
You think 10, 12 teams got their guy?
Yeah, you can name that right now.
All right, but so obviously you got. All right, so let's name real quick because it ain't gonna take long. So Mahomes, that's 1.
No, Mahomes and Lamar, that's 2. Josh Allen, 3. Watson's going somewhere, that's 4. Rodgers, 5. Yeah, so and then Brady's in Tampa.
Brady, that's 6.
All right, and then you're gonna start looking at Kyler. Stafford just went to the Rams.
Stafford, yep.
And then now you're gonna count all the young guys. There's Burrow. There's Herbert. Who else just got drafted?
Wait, then
not
Miami.
All the
not Miami
young
though.
guys.
Not Miami though.
No, yeah, not them.
Not Miami.
They probably team made a call.
Not Jets.
Yeah, so teams like that. But then you got to start looking at some other teams like Vikings. Like Cousins, he pretty much locked in right there.
But before you say the Vikings fans want Russell Wilson. I know we don't have no asset. We don't have the asset to go get them.
Yeah, they probably didn't call.
The Cowboys and their franchise Dak, the Titans with Tannehill, those that class of guys, they shouldn't be calling. To be honest,
like the Colts didn't call. Like the Colts just got their first, right. And then like the Lions wouldn't call. They just got golf. So you start knocking it down.
And that's probably by default. So we probably could name the teams. Probably the Panthers because they called by Watson, got called by Russ.
Yeah.
The Saints.
Yeah.
Saints need to force Drew Brees out of there. I don't care what nobody say.
No, like they didn't call. Like the people who probably called was like even the Steelers didn't even call. So they just have no room.
You think
like Jets,
Raiders,
Giants, people like that call.
You think Raiders call? Because they already said Derek Carr to start.
They would have to. Like Gruden like him, but at the same time,
you can get Russ.
If you can upgrade, you
gotta do it. You gotta do it. Yeah. So it's interesting, man. We've been saying it for a long time about the Russell bust situation, and he finally realized, like, yo, I'm busting my ass right now, and I'm not getting the help I need. So
yeah, like the Falcons, they ain't called. They got Matt Ryan. They ain't called.
Yeah, they already said they're keeping Matt Ryan and keeping Julio. I mean, for a new coach, you probably don't want to get rid of that stuff right away. That's so.
Like Jaguars, they got a top pick. They probably didn't call.
They didn't call. Ooh.
Like they probably did it. Because like if you
because Urban Meyer, they didn't call. If it was an NFL guy,
they probably didn't do it.
If it was an NFL guy, like I'm just throwing. I mean,
like if they did, they'd be running in place. Like why would you give up the one pick,
one for Russ, straight up,
and then
no,
you'll need more than that.
Right. So would you
have to mortgage the whole future just to get one person, and the team still ain't no good. So
right.
why
so
call?
Would you? All right. So just eliminate the other stuff. But if it come down to getting Trevor Lawrence for the next, let's just say Trevor Lawrence is going to be a top 15 quarterback his whole career, so at least top 15. Would you rather go with Russ for the rest of his career, which is probably what?
Yes.
8 years. You rather have Russ than the 15 years with Trevor Lawrence? Okay.
Yes, because
just ask him.
I'll take proven commodity. I don't care about no potential prospect. That man may come to the
even-
league and bust. You don't know what he's gonna do.
But what I was saying, even if I told you, if I went in the future and Trevor Lawrence, every year he was a top 15 quarterback for 15 years.
He could be 15. That's too mediocre.
That's fair. I just wanted to see what you say. I'm okay, but I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm taking Russ.
No, you gonna take the proven commodity.
If it ain't Mahomes, Rodgers, and Watson, I'm like if I don't have those three already, I probably take Russ anybody else. So if everything's even, like if I can just grab anybody I want, yeah. So we'll see about that. Watson still ain't traded yet. I think they said about him Carolina.
And that's gonna go down to the last minute. That's not gonna happen right away. You got two stubborn sides playing against each other.
Texans. I mean, Watson think he got all the leverage, but Texans, they really don't gotta trade him. I mean,
they don't because he already signed. So like he gonna have to just pay money back in fines and stuff like that. But Texas I wouldn't care though. I mean, like I'll pay the money back in fines because you already got some money guaranteed. So
yeah,
y'all gonna still be paying me. I'll give you the money back through fines, but I'm not gonna go out there and hurt myself.
Because look, even if you did a trade like to get Sam Darnold, I'm just saying that, like they're not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we ain't going nowhere with you or without you, so I might as well keep you. That'll be my thinking process on that. I'm not going nowhere without you, so like you better. I mean, I try my hardest to try to keep you there, but.
No, the best spot to be Carolina. I think if Darnold on the move, it's gonna be for Garoppolo, but that's just me.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. The 49er ties over there. All right, last segment before we get out of here. Tag it or bag it. The franchise tag. I think now you can start tagging guys.
Starting today.
The deadline is March 9th. So. I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. So we're not gonna stay long in this situation. So 7 guys, and 2 are linemen. So 1 offensive, 1 defensive. So we'll start with them. Brandon Scherf, Washington football team. Should the Washington football team tag him or should they bag it?
They're not spending money on anything else. You might as well go and tag your guy and keep it pushing. Like why not? You don't have anybody else to pay. No quarterback
at all.
no receivers. You got Terry. He rookie deal.
It's smart. Leonard Williams on the Giants. He had a great season this year, but before that, in the Jets and Giants, he was up and down. Tag it or bag it.
I'll probably let him go. I'll let him go. I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I mean, because he making $19 million if you tag him.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't do it.
He ain't worth $19 million.
That's why bag it. I wouldn't do it. Pack your bags.
Pack your bags, buddy. You out of there. All right, Chicago Bears, Allen Robinson.
They have to.
Yeah, those are the choice. If you Allen Robinson, you hope they bag it.
Yeah. You hoping they don't, but for them they have to. Because it's what's dude Anthony Miller. It's him.
Ridley, yeah, brother, and then
Cohen has to come back, and Cordero Patterson. I think he's still there.
Yeah, he's still there for now. I think he's a free agent. I think Patterson a free agent. So you're not even. There's not even. Oh, Mooney. That's their guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a good rookie season. That's their guy. He had a good rookie season. So.
And then your QB still kind of shaky. You have to tag him to at least give somebody a chance.
I know we say tag him, but Allen Robinson deserves better. Like he's dominating right now with Blake Bortles and Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles. Those been his quarterbacks. That's terrible.
Hey, it'll be messed up if he went to the Colts and then Wentz got trashed like for real.
Hey,
that'd be messed up.
If I had a Robinson, I'm not doing that. I'm not risking anything. I'm going to the Rams. I'm going to a team that got somebody I know who'll give me the ball.
I don't know, man. He one of those shaking ones where the Caribbean rough.
Speaking of the former Lion, Let's talk about Kenny Galladay, who could be a former Lion. Tag it or bag it.
They need to just start fresh. They gotta let him go. I mean,
That's terrible for Goff though. Like it's like you're not even giving him a chance to succeed because he gonna lose Marvin Jones, right?
Clean slate,
not
man.
it.
Clean slate.
All right. So, breaking news.
Okuda.
Breaking
Goff,
news.
Clean slate.
Breaking news. Rashad just said that the Lions would draft a receiver with a top first round pick. If you let Marvin Jones go, Amendola not it, and Kenny Galladay bagging it, that means they're drafting Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith. One of those are going to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, they have to, man. They got to start over. Like
I'm
you got a new front office, all that kind of stuff. You got to go start over.
Because you can still sign a solid receiver too, and see if you can have a Justin Jefferson type season with a receiver. So we'll see.
No, it's just the fact that the money is limited. So even if you don't tag one of those guys, and then other guys gonna miss on the money, somebody gonna take your money.
Yeah, draft the receiver.
Just give it to the right person.
Draft the receiver, and then you go sign a receiver next to him who can complement. Like,
look at what the Jets did with
Mill and Crowder.
Brashad Perriman. He had that 1 year in Tampa and took a decent money deal
as a third receiver.
So do something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I'm with you. All right, here we go. Shaker. Two-part question, I guess. Question 1. Do you tag Chris Godwin?
No.
Okay. Question 2. Do you tag Shaq Barrett?
No.
Oh, my boy said bag them both. Oh man, I can't.
That running back stuff is overrated, man.
I agree.
Without that running back,
I agree with Chris Godwin because you don't need Antonio Brown and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. You don't need to play all three of them because I think you bring AB back. You got your superstar in Mike Evans. I don't think you bring Godwin back. You let Godwin go. I think you need to bring Barrett back. I would tag Barrett.
No.
Because you can't find a pass rush like that.
Man.
Pass rushers win you championships. Or at least get you there. It gets you there.
Man, they just won. Somebody gonna take less to come there, bro. I'm not gonna tag dude
I don't know what pass rush out there.
Like, bro, they got. I think Levante David money up. Like they gotta.
Yeah, Levante David can go. He old.
They gotta.
You got Denzel. You good.
You gotta make other moves, man. You can't just that running back.
But you're not paying the secondary. Man. You're not paying the secondary. All right. Your offensive line not getting paid. You ain't paying a running back. And Brady want to make it $25 million.
Man, that running back overrated. Like running the back, that's overrated. I know people want to keep it together and all that kind of stuff. That's overrated.
You can run Shaq Barrett back though,
bro.
You
can go get two quality people for the same price you would pay him.
But so I guess it all determines if you think JPP will regress or not because he's old. Like he's not a young pup no more.
Like they can lose. I think they're gonna probably lose Sue too. Like you just can't throw the money at one person when you need to fill multiple things.
I feel like Sue and JPP are guys who will take less because they know what career they're in. Vita Vea is on a rookie contract.
Rookie scale.
So with that being said, you can pay one person on the D line, and I think Shaq Barrett. I would tag Shaq Barrett if I could.
No, he can go.
So that's the one we disagree on. And then the last one, Dak Prescott, Cowboys.
I mean, what choice do they have?
What choice do they have? Yes.
What
tag?
And really, if you think about it, what choice does he have?
He got a lot of. I think he got leverage, and what I mean by that is, so instead of teams like. All right, so we know Jacksonville taking Trevor Lawrence, right? All right, so wherever Watson goes, that's a team going. But this offensive line is not good. Like the weapons are great, yeah. You got a good running back behind Zeke. I mean, yeah, but the old line don't function. You're gonna be getting hurt all the time. You can be Russell Wilson in a couple of years when you talk about like. You're not protecting me, help me. Or you be Watson, run for your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for him, him. The perfect situation for him is to go to Washington. I know he probably wouldn't, but that would be the perfect for me, for him to go to Washington instead of Dallas, because the defense is not good. Go to a great defense. You don't need three good receivers. You don't need three of them. You got one in Terry. That's all you need. And you need solid guys around him, and you got that. So yeah, for Dallas' sake, tag. For Dak Prescott's sake, just like Allen Robinson, don't tag me, please. Let me choose my destination.
Yeah, they don't have a choice. But if let's say they pull, like they say, we're not gonna do it. The amount that he could make from the tag compared to what he'll get on the market, it won't be the same. Like I think it'll be lower because you're coming off injury, and then more people gonna be thinking about, all right, why didn't they tag him? Or they don't want to run the risk of the golf Wentz thing too. So, I mean, you get your long-term deal and have like that security, but nobody's gonna throw you the guaranteed 38 for 1 year, and then if you tagged again, it'll be like I think almost 50. So you kind of betting against yourself. You're betting on yourself, but you're betting against yourself too. Yeah. Because if you,
what would you,
if you don't, if they don't offer it to you, and they say, all right, we done, we're gonna just cut our ties, and it's like, okay, well, now I'm a free agent. People are gonna pay you, but it's a matter of the specifics of the guaranteed money, all that kind of stuff.
So, all right, so outside of Washington, if that didn't get tagged, where you think that he would go? That's like an immediate, like, all right, we here. Like
we being realistic as who can afford him, or who could just start throwing stuff out there and get him.
Afford him.
Like Miami could afford him. They'd have to just trade some picks into him. So I think that'll solidify them because you know what you're getting. Okay. So I just say Miami.
All right. So
because like 49ers, they have to make some stuff start. They have to move some stuff around.
Yeah.
With Jimmy and some picks. So I think if you're going one NFC and one AFC, those are probably the two.
If it came down to this is off the wall question. I mean, different question, but if it came down to Cam Newton versus Dak in New England, do you think Dak should take that situation?
No, I wouldn't go there, man. You don't have any weapons, man. Like
I'm with you.
He's younger and he has more upside, but I mean, you off of injury, then you don't have any help. Why do it to yourself?
Yeah.
So, why do that?
Hey, that's our tag of the bag. So you mentioned this. So for Rashad, he said the Bucs shouldn't tag nobody. So for Chris Godwin and Shaq Barrett, Kenny Galladay on the Lions, Leonard Williams on the Giants, had to bring it old school. Hit the road. Don't come back no more.
Yeah, they all can go, man. Go get you a real bag, man. Because the shelf life is so short for them dudes, man. Go get you a long-term deal, and that one you can make good money for 1 year, but at the stage some of these dudes in, go on and get your money long-term. Like Shaq Barrett, this probably the last time he'll get a chance to make some decent money.
Shaq, I mean, he gonna be a hot commodity. So wherever he goes, Shaq Barrett,
tell him to bring me my money. Yeah?
Bring that money. So that's our episode for tonight, man. Preach Kev, preach with Rashad. We are the Prophets. We'll be back. We're gonna have a guest next week on the show. So I know y'all like seeing us two together, but we're gonna have somebody else with us. So y'all stay tuned for that. As we continue to grow, man, make sure y'all subscribe to Wildcard TV. Don't forget to follow us on Preach Kev, Preach with Rashad on every platform. At Twitter at the Prophets Pod. You can follow Rashad at Mr. Rashad _2cool and me at Pastor Kev. So we'll talk to y'all next week, man. Preach Kev, preach with Rashad. We out.